Welcome to Tribulation Ministries. I'm your host, Jason Lightbearer. Today we will be discussing the two Enochs, the son of Cain in Genesis 4 and the son of Seth in Genesis 5. Most people are familiar already with Enoch and the story, but some people do get confused and some people don't really know at all that there are two Enochs. And actually, here's something that I found out, which was a really good thing. The son of Cain was the first Enoch. And you can look at that here as we go into the descendants of Cain and Genesis 4. And starting at Genesis 4:16, if you go through there, it talks about the lineage of Cain. Now, if you move over here to the descendants of Adam, and the reason why we brought up Seth, because Seth and Cain pretty much is a representation of what we see today, good and evil. The Messiah, Christ Almighty, came through the line of Seth, and we know that the children of the devil and the seeds of the serpents and things of that nature came out of Cain. Cain had named a city after his son, as we see here, and he named the city Enoch, which was very wicked, and also spread a lot of things that still carry on today. The society groups, families ruling over the peasants, instilling their doctrine, will, king. How many know that Cain was really also too considered a king? And that has been carrying on today. And actually, there are probably people out there who still believe that Cain is alive. Some people have said that he was crushed over by buildings and things of that nature, killed by his sons. There's a lot of them, but that's not the topic right now. But we also want to move over to Enoch, or Seth, and I let you advise you to go and read the Mysteries of Enoch. Now, this is a book that you may not see in a lot of Christian evangelical churches nowadays, but was actually taught along with the scriptures in the old Jewish community, the old religious teachers of the day, and honestly within the tribes within themselves, because Enoch was a patriarch, if you will, in the lineage, because he was Noah's great-grandfather and shared the mysteries as he walked with God for 300 years after he was 65 years old. It goes on and it talks about, if you can go into different books like the books of Jubilee and things of that nature, it would tell you also too, I would imagine so, and you look into it, that after Methuselah was born, which Methuselah came along, and after that, Enoch pretty much started walking with God, is what the scripture says, and it says it 3 times in the scriptures. You can go into Genesis, Hebrews, Jude, and look up the information. But when Enoch began to walk with God, I mean, think about that. He walked with God. Some of us can't even walk with our best friends. But he walked with God 300 years. They would talk about something. As you know, if God didn't think like us, he probably liked to talk, because he likes to communicate. But he eventually shared these mysteries with Noah. And I would like to advise you, if you could just, go take a moment, look up the story. You can go on YouTube. You can actually listen to it. And it's the story of Enoch. It's very interesting. It goes on to talk about the kingdom of heaven, talks about the Son of Man, also talks about how we got into this current state and condition in society, dealing with the fallen angels and the fallen angels who took on wives and created the Nephilim, which brought along the flood. So if you have any comments, concerns, or anything you talk about like this here, please send us a comment, instant messages, so we can talk more. But we thank you for joining us on Tribulation Ministries. And Tribulation Ministries is here to not act as an evangelical tool to get you out there and to get saved. It is more directed towards those who have accepted the Lord and want to advance their Bible study scriptures. But for the unbelievers and for those who are looking for the word, and you may just think it's conspiracy theory or whatever, we invite you to talk with us about the Lord, and we would love to share our testimony with you and do what we can to help you and introduce you to the Lord Christ Almighty. We thank you. We love you. God bless you. God keep you. From Jason Lightbearer here at Tribulation Ministries.